We have made it to page 33, Skipping Frogs, and we are in the middle of the book. I'm looking at the lovely staples in the middle of my book. We've made it to the middle. I'm so proud of you. So today we are looking at the intervals again, and this time we are looking at the intervals of a third. So I'm going to explain this better on the piano, but just to give you an idea, when we count the notes on the piano, we count 1, 2, 3, and a third is made with number 1 and number 3. 1 and 3 are what makes the thirds. From any key that you start, if you count 1, 2, 3, 1 and 3 will be the ones that make the thirds, okay? And just going over what an interval is, it's the distance between two notes. Okay, it's how far apart they are or how close together they are, because seconds are right next to each other, so they're really close. And thirds are only one key apart. A third will always have just one key in the middle between them, so they're pretty close as well. But anyway, let's have a look at thirds on the piano so that you can understand it a little bit better. So in this lesson, they're talking about the intervals called thirds, okay, at the top of the page. Now, in the previous one, we talked about interval is the distance between two notes, right? So it's talking about how far two notes are away from each other, okay? Now, in the previous lesson, we learned seconds, right? They're two notes that sit next to each other. They're seconds. But to find thirds, we have to count 1, 2, 3, and there's our third. 1, 2, 3, and there's our third. 1, 2, 3, and there's our third. So that the whole Skipping Frogs is written in thirds, because you're always skipping a finger, just one key that's in between those two keys. But what we do is we count 1, 2, 3, and it's 1 and 3 that make the third. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So if we go up the piano, this is what thirds look like. Oh, they sound so pretty. And in the left. So just going over the basic theory, a third is 1, 2, 3, and it's going from number 1 to number 3. 1, 2, 3. If we were to number the keys, 1, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1. 3 is a third. 1, 2, 3, third. 1, 2, 3, third. 1 and 3 make the thirds, okay, always. So 1, 2, 3, there's a third. 1, 2, 3, there's a third. 1 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 1 and 3, there's a third. Okay, 1, 2, 3, there's a third. 1, 2, 3, there's a third, and one more third. There are lots of thirds on the piano, so if you just keep that shape where you always have one skipped key in the middle, these are all thirds on the piano. Okay, easy. Thirds. Well, how did you go with thirds? Was it easy to understand? So anytime you're on the piano, count 1, 2, 3, and your 1 and your 3 makes the thirds. And when thirds are played together at the same time, they sound so beautiful, don't they? So have a play around on your pianos and keyboards at home. And with those thirds, make sure there's always a key between them. Between your thirds, there should always be one key between them. And just go up the piano in thirds and then go down the piano in thirds like I did on my video. And just have fun, because thirds sound really gorgeous on the piano. So I really love thirds. So have a play with that and see how you feel about thirds. And let me know in the comments if you like them, or maybe there's some thirds that don't sound as good as other thirds. Let me know.